If you want to become a better Valorant player, then one of the most important things you have to improve is your decision making, because better decisions will put you into better spots and allow you to get more and easier kills. But how can we make better decisions? Valorant can appear to be a complicated game with so many different maps, agents, situations, and ultimately decisions to be made. Well, within the next 6 minutes I will reduce that complexity for you by introducing the SCT concept. Simplicity, committing to your decisions, and taking your time. Let's start off with simplicity. This first principle stands for reducing Valorant's complexity by making straightforward decisions without overthinking it. Here's a couple of examples. The enemy team has no flank protection in their comp, so when deciding between rotating and flanking, you flank more often. You don't know which side to hit mid-round. Count where each enemy was seen last and hit the side with less players. You're in a 1-on-2 clutch on ascent A side and don't know which path to take on site. Well, in a 1-on-2, your worst enemy is being peeked from 2 angles at once. So take the path that offers you the most cover and try to isolate both fights. See how simple all these decisions sound? It's because they are, and if you stop autopiloting and stop overthinking and just make simple, logical decisions based on 1 or 2 factors, you will already be ahead of 99% of other players. Here we have an example round from myself where I played towards A on Icebox, but my teammate called steps towards B early on. So I instantly rotate and use the Viper one-way on B to still get into a strong position behind yellow. 2 simple decisions, rotating early and taking space behind yellow while it's still possible, put me in the position to get a 4K here. The second principle, committing to your decision, goes hand in hand with the first one, because what usually happens when we are insecure in our decision making is that we have all kinds of thoughts in our head like, am I making the right decision? What if an enemy is in that other spot? Should I turn around and go the other way? Etc. And then we get nervous and distracted. So calm down your mind, you made your decision, and when in doubt, it's better to commit to a bad decision than half-ass something in between 2 decisions. So going back to the Icebox example, I decided to play forward, and now all the footsteps come in, Jet is smoking me off, Sova is starting yellow, and it can easily happen that you get overwhelmed and you get cold feet. But instead of regretting your decision and trying to bail, you should just stick with it and play the situation out with confidence. Think quickly. Okay, Sova darted, but there's a Jet smoke I can use as cover to dodge the arrow. Then take a moment to prepare and swing. Oftentimes in spots like this, it's that one fight you need to win in order to break their spacing, and then you get 1 or 2 free kills after that. Already getting 2 here should be enough to secure the win for my team. The same principle applies to other situations. On attack, you played towards A, but your team ended up all going B. Just communicate to your team and transition into the lurker for the round. Or once again, you're in a clutch and you don't know if you should plant, fake plant, or go for one before even tapping the spike. Well, look at the timer, make your decision, and then stick to it, no matter which one it is. 1 task and 1 decision at a time. This will calm you down and allow you to focus on what matters, which is getting your kills. And ultimately, making committed decision will increase your impact on the game a ton. In order to check up on your decision-making improvement, you should use our free improvement tool Insight, especially the game sense metric, because winning clutches, mid-rounds and post-plant situations all heavily depend on your decision making, so you can analyze what you have to work on specifically. Insight is the best tool to improve and rank up, and again, it's completely free, so make sure to check it out. Link is down below in the description. The third and final principle of the SCT concept is taking your time. This one again goes hand in hand with the first 2 principles. You make a simple logical decision, you commit to it, and then you take your time when executing, and you make sure you do so with the best mechanical precision possible. Here we have an example where the enemy team hit C on Haven. As the A player, I am rotating over, but 3 of my teammates end up dying, so instead of normally rotating, I decide if we're going to have any chance to win this round, it's by me flanking and then attacking from 2 angles in the 2 versus 4. My teammate ends up dying though as well, unfortunately, so he's leaving me in a 1 versus 4 clutch. And in the past, I used to already write off this round as lost and pretty much play on autopilot, rushing in to just die, which simply is a confidence issue. You have nothing to lose here and you need to be aware of that. I made my decision to flank, so now I am committed to it and I am going to take my time. Angle by angle, duel by duel, and if the enemy team ends up throwing and giving me those solo fights, I have a chance to win the round. I want you to pay attention to how much time you actually have in spots like these. The spike was planted when I walked through the B main entrance, and I then ran all the way towards C, started shift walking to get the first kill silently. Before I headed into the Omen smoke, you can even see how I reset it and peeked with my weapon pointed to the side, so he has no advantage of seeing my barrel first in case he is already inside the smoke. It's little details like this where you take your time instead of rushing things that really make the difference in this game. Another great way to improve your decision making are gameplay breakdowns, because in these you see a ton of practical examples explained and I love watching them myself. For example, Maxi is a great player to watch who does these. I will link him down below as well. And I decided to do one myself since I love this type of content and it's linked right here on the screen. So I recommend you to watch that next. See you there.